What is going on, eSIM Studios? My name is Taylor Bell. As you might have seen in these YouTube streets, I have a much anticipated video here. I'm going to show you how to use TikTok and or CapCut on your device. So I'm currently in the United States, in Texas, and as you know, back and forth, TikTok, ban of TikTok, off, on, off, on. Well, yesterday went dark. Now, little did I know, but shame on me, I should have known, CapCut went dark as well. So ByteDance parent company, I'm not going to go through the story. Y'all know the story, but CapCut is owned by ByteDance. So CapCut is a sister company of TikTok, and I use that to edit all my videos. It went dark yesterday as well. I was like, well, crap. I really got to figure this out. And we did. So let me show you here on the Pixel 9 Pro XL, and I'll walk you through how to do everything, right? It's pretty easy. Let me show you proof. Let me pull up my other camera. Now, I have it installed on this device, Pixel 9 Pro XL, and I'm going to install it on a OnePlus 13. Now, it will not work on iPhone. So iPhone users, sorry. It's one of the many benefits of using Android. If you want to use TikTok and or CapCut, you don't have to make the switch to Android. I mentioned in one of my previous videos, just get a cheap Android. I don't mean a old school Motorola or some kind of, I'm not talking that kind of cheap, right? You can get a secondary phone to run TikTok on and or CapCut. You can get, and here is a couple of tips for iPhone users, because it does suck for you. Look, technically, is it possible? Yes. However, to run TikTok on an iPhone, but you got to modify your software. You got to jailbreak your phone. You got to run through all sorts of modifying software. You don't want to do that. And if you do, best of luck to you, but I'm not going to run through that. I'm just going to show you how to do it on Android because it's so easy. But if you're an iPhone user and you absolutely got to run TikTok and or CapCut, let me give you a couple tips. If you want to go cheap route, I'm talking $250 phone. Get a CMF Phone 1. CMF Phone 1. You can get one for like $250. Badass phone. And then if you really want to go take a step up, there's a number of phones in the $500 range. The OnePlus 12R for about $400. The OnePlus 13R for about $500. And if you want to go even better enough from there, you can get your Samsung Galaxies. You can get your OnePlus 13s here for about $600-700. The new S25 series, S25 Ultra is coming out next week. So anyways, I'll leave that up to you, but there are options out there. So let me show you that I'm running. Now, I'm not a TikTok user, but I am a CapCut user. But I installed TikTok on here just to show you that it is possible. So let me pull up this screen right here. So here we go. Here is the OnePlus 13, but here's the Pixel. There you go. So there is the TikTok right here, the TikTok application. So it's ready to log in, ready to create an account. I don't have an account, but if you want to make one, you can certainly make one. Now let's go to CapCut. And here is CapCut. As you can tell, there's the loading screen, terms of service, and all that good stuff. So TikTok will work and CapCut will work. So regardless if it comes back or not, don't know. It's so up and down in the courts. I'm going to make this video so you can always know how to do it in case this ever happens again, right? So those two apps are working on the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. And today's date, let me show you. Today's date is Sunday, January 19th. So here's what you do. You are going to need to, on Android, download two things. You're going to need, now online there's been a lot of talk about, I'm sure you've seen all of the social media posts, the VPN doesn't even work, we're screwed. Well, that's not necessarily true. What you're going to need is you will need a VPN because it does work. but you're also going to need to mask your location, meaning spoof your GPS, spoof your location. So you're going to need to download an app, and we'll pull it up to where you not only have a IP address that's somewhere else in the world, but you also need to spoof your location to that same IP address. So that is possible. You're going to need to allow a mock location. So let's do that right now. Let me pull up. So here's what you're going to need to do. Download this app, GPS Emulator. So you're going to need a VPN application. Pick your favorite VPN app. It doesn't matter. I use ExpressVPN. You can use whatever you want. But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get a IP address outside of the US, and then log in, and then activate your VPN. Mine is set to Brazil, São Paulo, Brazil. So I have an IP address going to São Paulo, Brazil, but I'm going to spoof my location to São Paulo, Brazil. So no matter how the app knows where you're at, whether it's via IP address or via GPS location through your phone, through geofencing, it'll think you are in São Paulo, Brazil. Very easy to set up. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a whatever VPN you're using. You know, when you activate your VPN and you kind of set your location, it'll tell you, like on ExpressVPN, this is now your IP address. Well, you're going to go, this is step one. Download a VPN app and activate a VPN outside of the United States. Now, whatever VPN app you're using, you need to find that IP address that your VPN app is using, and make sure it's located outside of the US. And then what you're going to do is do a lookup, IP address lookup, and see exactly where that IP address is located. It should pinpoint it. Mine on ExpressVPN and on my Brazil VPN, it pinpointed it to a neighborhood in São Paulo, Brazil. So you're going to need to do, once you get your IP address outside of the US, you can do a reverse IP address lookup. Now just Google search IP address lookup, and there's a number of websites where you can do that. You'll copy and paste that IP address wherever it's outside of the US, copy that address, put it in to a website, an IP address lookup, and find out, it should pinpoint exactly where it's located on to the nearest structure, right? Pinpoint it on a map. You're going to take that map location and you're going to plug it into GPS Emulator. So download a VPN app, download GPS Emulator. I'm going to link GPS Emulator in the video description below. So let me remove this and let's check this out on here. So here's the OnePlus 13. Now, here's the deal. If you have TikTok and or CapCut installed on your phone already, and you're going to use a phone you've been using CapCut on, you're going to use a phone that you've been using TikTok on, you're going to need to clear the data. So clear the data on it before you do anything. So long press it. I got CapCut here. I'm going to go to App Info. I'm going to go to Storage. I'm going to go to Clear Cache, and I'm going to go to Clear Data. That's going to wipe all of the known locations, and you do this for TikTok or CapCut. This will wipe the app clean, and you can sign in to your account once we get it up and running, but you don't want to have any previously stored known locations inside the US stored within that app data, right? So you clear the data on there. Make sure you force stop it. Yes. And again, clear data. So we've cleared the data on there. So what you're going to do is open the Play Store. GPS Emulator and ExpressVPN. I'm going to sign in real quick. Okay, signed into ExpressVPN. I'm going to set up my VPN. I'm going to choose Brazil. So, Brazil. Okay. Now you're in Brazil. So here's my IP address. Now, note that IP address, right? So what you can do is copy and paste it. So that's the IP address. I'm going to take that IP address and I'm going to look up IP address lookup. I'm going to Google that. IP lookup. There's a number. Search IP address owner. Instant IP address lookup. Any one of these will work. Copy, paste. So it got me there in Brazil, right? It's got the GPS coordinates. Now what I'm going to do is zoom in on there. It's in São Paulo. And it looks like it's smack dab in the middle of downtown. So I'm going to zoom in all the way. That's as far as it goes. So what you want to do is get it as close as you can, your GPS emulator. So you can either look at the latitude or longitude to get the exact address, or you can just get it close. Find the intersections of the major highways and just get, it doesn't have to be exactly on the same structure, but it needs to be somewhere close, right? So there's my IP address on this OnePlus 13. So what we're going to do is we are going to go to the Play Store and download GPS Emulator. GPS Emulator right there. Open that up. I agree. Now what you're going to do is it's going to have you walk through a setup. I think I might have already done this on here. Let's see. Initial configuration. If it doesn't give you that, if it starts off on a map, you want to configure it. So let's go through the initial configuration, because you want to give your device you want to give this app full access so it fully works, so it's fully spoofing your GPS location. Even if you go on Google Maps, we're going to verify. Even if you get on Google Maps and you hit my location, it'll take you to Brazil. It's pretty cool. So we're going to run through this real quick. So you're going to have to enable developer options, and you're going to have to set a mock location application, and we're going to set GPS emulator. So it'll take you to developer options. If you don't know how to get to developer options, go to settings, go to about phone, go to build number or software information, or build number. Tap that 7 times. It'll activate developer options. Go to the back out, go to the previous page, and you'll see developer options there. Or if you can't find developer options once you activate it, once you tap on the build number 7 times, go back into settings, go up to the very top of settings where it says search, the search bar, and type in developer options. So I'm going to back out of here and go back into settings. Select mock location app, and that's in developer options. Right here. So you're going to want to select a mock location app. So what we're going to do is we're going to select GPS emulator. So all GPS coordinates, all GPS location, all geofencing, all services that are requesting our location are going to run through the GPS emulator app. So that is set. Our mock location is set. Boom. Now let's go back here. That's location permission while using the app. Yes. Optimizations. Let's go to, you can always search for it, right? If you can't find this stuff. GPS emulator. Now, let it be unrestricted. Unrestricted. If you put optimized, it's going to close out the app when you're not using it, or close it out in the background if it's in optimized, and then you're going to announce your location, your real location. It'll go off of the default location on your device. So you want to keep it unrestricted. You do not want the battery optimization to apply to GPS emulator. You want it to be untouched. You want it to always run, so it always spoofs your location. We're going to go back. 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 Okay, and now allow notifications. I mean, you don't really have to, but whatever. Okay, so now you're set up. So now let's set our location to Sao Paulo, Brazil. There's Sao Paulo. Now let's see where in that neighborhood was that location, our IP address. Let's see. Okay, so it's in the main city of Sao Paulo. You see that? So we'll try to get as close as we can. Look at it from this one and then apply it on this one. Remember, you want your IP address and your mock location to be as close as they can. So when they try to pull your location information, it's not like, oh, his IP address is in Sao Paulo, Brazil, but his GPS location has him in Colombia. That's not going to work. It's going to have to be pretty close. It doesn't have to be exact, but it needs to be as close as you can. And again, you can do this anywhere in the world, just don't have it in the US. All right, so it's smack dab in the middle of the downtown Sao Paulo. So let's do this. Once you got a location and wherever your IP address is, once you settle on a location, what you're going to do is hit that green button, right? So watch this. Location is set. So technically, if any application, whether it be TikTok, CapCut, any other location, if any app pulls our location info, technically this phone is in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Even if you do the Find My Device, watch, I'll show you this. I'll prove to you. Watch this. Where's Find My Device? That's the correct. I have two OnePlus 13s. See, look, I got that black one and I got this one. But the black one is what we're running it on. So I just pulled my location data on Find My Device in Google's application and Find My Device, and look, it has me in Brazil. See, Sao Paulo, and that's for this device. So when TikTok tries to locate where you're in Brazil. If CapCut tries to locate where you're at, you're in Brazil. So they're not going to block you. So that's how you get around spoofing the, because what they're doing is they're using a combination. They're using a geofence and they're using an IP address lookup. So again, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get a VPN and activate that VPN for anywhere outside of the US. But you need to get that IP address, your VPN IP address outside of the US, do a reverse address lookup. See where that server is coming from. Is it in London? Okay, if it's in London, then you need to download and install the GPS Emulator app, and you need to go through the setup process for the GPS Emulator, but set your location in somewhere in London, somewhere relatively close to wherever your IP address is. Set that location on GPS Emulator, and then as you can tell, my phone thinks I'm in Brazil. So does TikTok, and so does CapCut. And then what you're going to do is CapCut and TikTok will work. See? CapCut. Right there. So now I can use CapCut on my phone because previously it was banned in the US. So that works. Now let me install. Here's the other thing. You cannot, the Play stores don't have it. So if you have an Android phone, I'm sure you know what an APK is. An APK is the file structure of an application. Now, you're not familiar. iPhone users are not going to be familiar with this because you can't sideload an application onto your phone. Every application on an iOS device has to be installed through an Apple verified app store. Android's different. Android, you can install an application from anywhere, and that's what sideloading is. So I can not only install an application from the Google Play Store, but wait a second, what if that application is blocked inside the US? So if you go to the Google Play Store and try to download CapCut or try to download TikTok, it's not going to be there. Well, guess what? There's a workaround for that. You can get an APK from anywhere online. Now you can do whatever you want, right? Because if you're trying to install it on this phone, we'll say, well, wait a second, that's cool. I can, spoof my location, but how do I get the apps? They're not on the Play Store. Well, here's what you do. The only place I get my third-party apps to sideload is from ApkMirror. ApkMirror. You're going to need to download the TikTok APK. You're going to need to download the CapCut APK. And take that APK file, download it onto your phone, install it on your phone. Now, you have to be very selective. And again, you can download the TikTok app APK or the CapCut APK from wherever you want. But I'm warning you, be very, very careful. That's how malicious apps can get on your phone. ApkMirror is the most widely used, most secure. I've a sideloading place, meaning where you can get Android applications from outside of the Play Store in the world. I've been using ApkMirror for years, and I've never, ever had any issues. Let me show you what it looks like real quick for those of y'all that don't know. All right, so this is ApkMirror. Now, this is on the web. Now, you can download the APK on your computer and then transfer it from your computer to your phone, or you can jump on your phone on ApkMirror's website. So let me show you what that looks like. Let's do this. Let's go here, and I'll show you what to look for. So here's ApkMirror. And what you're going to do is search for TikTok. Now, here's the latest application right here. Oh, that's light. Let's see. You don't want TikTok Lite, you want TikTok, right? So here's the latest regular version of TikTok. So what you'll do, don't click on that. Look right here. Those are clickbaits. I know it sucks, but that's what it is. Don't click on those. Go down here, scroll to available downloads. Here's what you want to download. So you're going to want to download this version right here. Here's the APK. You're going to want to download this version right here, APK. Right there. You'll download this file and then send it. And I'll put links in the video description down below in this video. As you can tell, CapCut is pretty high on the list as far as last 7 days popular. In the last 7 days, CapCut. I'm sure TikTok's up here somewhere. It's not, but I'll link this in the video description of this video. I'll do CapCut and I will do TikTok, right? So you're going to download that on your computer and then transfer it to your phone, right? However you want to transfer it, either through a cable or upload that APK file to a cloud service like a Google Drive. And then on your phone, go to Google Drive and download that file onto your phone. Or you can go to, let's see here. Or you can go to ApkMirror. They have an application, right? Well, let's do this. So go to ApkMirror on your phone, on the device you want to install it on. Damn, I have on my VPN, it's considered a malicious site, but it's not. It's just overly protective. Let me pause this and change it. Hang on. my VPN. Remember when we set up the VPN and put on all those blocks? Well, it's blocking ApkMirror. Hang on. Okay, so here's ApkMirror. Now what you're going to want to do is search for the apps. Again, like I showed you on desktop. So go search for TikTok. And we don't want the light. We want the regular version right here. And that's an ad. Just click the X right there. And then we're going to scroll down to available downloads. And we want the APK right here. And the download button is right here. Download APK. Oh, there you go. They always say that. You're good to go. Download anyway. And then you can go ahead and open it up. And then once you download that APK file, here's what I do. Go to the Play Store and download this app. Download this app right here. Download the ApkMirror installer app on the Google Play Store. ApkMirror installer app. That'll install APKs from ApkMirror very, very easily. So there's the application that'll install the app. So what you'll do is you'll open it up. I located the file that we downloaded. We'll simply select this, and then down here it'll say hit install package, install the app. Yes, we're going to give it permissions. There you go. That easy. So just to wrap up, and you can sign in and use it as normal. Same thing with CapCut. So just to wrap it up, what we're going to do, so how they're locating you inside the US is a combination of two things. They're not only looking at your IP address, they're also looking at your GPS location. So you have to spoof both your IP address and a mock location, meaning a fake GPS location. But the trick is you have to match those to that fake IP address outside the US. You have to match that IP address outside the US with a fake location. You have to match them up, because if they're in different spots, it's not going to work. So that's why you download a VPN. You get a IP ad, you activate it, you get an IP address outside of the US. You do a reverse IP address lookup, so Google IP address lookup. Copy and paste your VPN IP address outside the US. Plug that into your IP address lookup website, wherever you Google, to find out where exactly it's located, right? And it will have a pinpoint. Again, mine was in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So then you go and download GPS Emulator. You go through the setup, and you try to match your location as close as you can to wherever your IP address lookup location is at. Once you set your mock location, then go to the Google Play Store and download ApkMirror installer app. Download that onto your device. That is not geo-restricted. Anybody in the world can download that. And then you're going to go to ApkMirror, and you're going to download CapCut. You're going to download TikTok. You're going to once it's downloaded, you're going to install it. Now you can go into your files and select it, and then it'll ask you how do you want to install it, and then you select ApkMirror installer and then install the app. Now, if you already have it on your phone, before you do anything, the very first thing you do, if you don't have the apps on your phone, then you can follow the instructions I just mentioned. If you have the apps already on your phone, go into the app data, clear the cache, clear the data before Because if you don't clear the app cache and the app data before you try to sign in again, it's going to have your saved location and it's going to know. So what you want to do, the reason why you clear the app cache and the app data is because it's basically a clean swipe, a clean slate. It has no previous information, no previous location history on your device, and you're going to need to use that to make it look like you're doing a fresh and clean install and or a fresh or clean sign in. So the only location it'll have for you is that you're in Brazil, right? So again, if these apps are already on your phone, clear the app cache and the app data before you go through the process that I just laid out. And if you got any questions, hit me up in the comments. I check them every day. Hopefully this helps some people out. And yeah, so I will check you on the next one. eSIM Studios. Peace.